You paid 6 figures for a degree, and your competition is a button. You click it, and it does your job better than you. That's crazy. You spent 4 years learning something. AI learned it while you was arguing in a group project. You graduated, AI updated. That ain't bad timing, that's disrespectful timing. Let's be honest, nobody warned you about this version of life. They told you, go to school. They didn't tell you you might graduate into unemployment with Wi-Fi. That's a different conversation. You were sitting in that guidance counselor office getting life advice from somebody who still prints emails, talking about pick something stable. Stable? Nothing is stable. Milk expires. Jobs expire. Apparently, your degree got a shelf life too. You picked a major like it was permanent. Whole time it was a limited time offer. And the crazy part, you were so confident picking that major. Walked in like communications, final answer. Like you was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and you just lost the million. And didn't even get to phone a friend because your friend picked the same major. You both out here confused together. Matching debt, matching confusion. That's a buddy system for the wrong era. Now you out here, degree in hand, debt on your back, AI in your lane, and LinkedIn is not helping. You ever refresh LinkedIn at 2 a.m. looking for a job while an AI somewhere just applied to 400 positions in the time it took you to fix your profile picture? That's not job searching, that's a funeral with Wi-Fi. You spent 45 minutes on your headline, results-driven professional with a passion for synergy. AI read it, skipped you, didn't even hesitate, didn't feel bad, didn't send a courtesy rejection, just moved on. Like you was a pop-up ad it already trained itself to ignore. You ever looked at your own job and felt uncomfortable? Not because it's hard, but because it looks replaceable. Yeah, that feeling, that's not anxiety, that's awareness. That's your brain realizing, wait, this might not be special. And that's a scary thought, because nobody paid $80,000 to feel replaceable. Nobody walked across that stage in a robe that looks like a graduation wizard costume thinking, I can't wait to be automated. You had plans. You had a vision board, post-it notes on the mirror, dream job by 25. The mirror didn't warn you. The vision board didn't update. Your student loans did though. Every month, on time, with enthusiasm. Didn't miss a single payment reminder. The loan servicer is the most consistent relationship you got right now. More reliable than your job prospects, more loyal than the industry you studied for. That's dark. That's also just Tuesday. Let's talk about what really happened. Your degree was never about knowledge. It was about access. You paid for a key. That's it. A key to get in the room. And now there is no room. AI walked in, took the door, and turned it into Wi-Fi. Now everybody inside. And you still holding the key like, where the door at? That's painful. And the crazy part? The people who sold you the key still selling keys. That's insane. That's like Netflix charging you for DVDs in 2026. You standing there like, who's this for? They like legacy users. No, that system already moved on. You know what's wilder? They raised tuition during a technological revolution. That's like a horse stable raising prices the year the car came out. Talking about premium hay, upgraded saddles. Sir, nobody's coming. The horse is retired. And so is the degree you thought was going to save you. And the professors, God bless them. Some of them been teaching the same PowerPoint since 2003. Same font, same clip art, same example about Kodak. This is what happens when companies don't adapt. Meanwhile, they haven't adapted their curriculum since a flip phone was aspirational. You paid $1,200 for that class, per credit hour, for a Kodak warning from somebody who just learned to share their screen last semester. Let's get uncomfortable. Your degree didn't make you valuable. It made you approved. And approval is not value. Value means we need you. AI don't need approval. AI produces instantly. You thinking? AI finished. You planning? AI executed. You learning? AI already teaching someone else. That's not competition, that's replacement energy. And here's the part people don't want to admit. You don't hate AI. You hate what AI exposed. Because AI didn't take your job. It revealed how replaceable parts of it were. That's different. That's personal. That's the part that stings. Because now you got to ask yourself, Was I valuable or was I just compliant? That's a tough question. Most people don't answer it. They distract themselves. They scroll. They apply to more jobs. They update resumes like the system just didn't update without them. That's like refreshing a page that already crashed. Some people got more creative with denial though. They started adding AI to their resume. Proficient in ChatGPT. Like that's a skill. That's like putting proficient in Google on your resume in 2009. The hiring manager's not impressed. The hiring manager is the AI now, and it screens you out before a human even blinked. You got rejected by a robot that your tuition helped train. Let that marinate. Sit with that. Roll it around. You paid the school trained the researchers built the model took your interview slot. That's a full circle nobody drew in orientation. Nobody put that on the campus tour. And over here is the building where we helped engineer your future competition. They would have lost applications that day. Now here's where people mess up. They get emotional. They defend a degree. I worked hard for this. Cool. So did Blockbuster. Effort doesn't stop evolution. The market doesn't reward effort. It rewards efficiency. That's it. That's the whole meeting. And you not in that meeting. AI is, and is winning quietly. That's the scary part. No announcement, no warning, just position eliminated. You didn't even get a meeting. You got an email with a subject line that said, an update regarding your role. That's corporate for the robot clocked in, you clocked out. And somewhere in that email was a sentence about how much they value your contributions. The algorithm wrote that too. That's the part that'll keep you up. You read that email 3 times looking for a loophole. There wasn't one. Just a link to HR resources and a reminder about returning your laptop. That laptop that you use to do a job a prompt does now, for free, faster, without health insurance complaints. They traded you for something that doesn't need PTO. Let that one land. Now let me give you the kill shot, because this is the part nobody says out loud. You didn't waste your money. You invested in a version of the future that doesn't exist anymore. That's what happened. And the faster you accept that, the faster you stop bleeding time trying to defend it. Because right now, you don't have a degree problem. You have a positioning problem. You still trying to be the worker. Workers get replaced. Operators don't. That's the shift. AI is elite at patterns, repetition, speed, but it's weak at judgment, responsibility, real-world consequences, taste. AI can do the task. It cannot own the outcome. That's your lane. If your whole value is, I follow instructions, you in danger, because AI loves instructions. But if your value is, I make decisions, now you're dangerous, because decisions carry risk, and risk is where money lives. Here's what separates operators from workers in real life. A worker asks, what do you need me to do? An operator asks, what problem needs to disappear? That's a different energy. That's a different paycheck. That's a different life. Because operators don't compete with AI, they direct it, like a producer in a studio. They don't sing every note. They know which notes make a hit. You want to be the producer, not the person who got auto-tuned out of existence. Because right now, a 19-year-old with a laptop and the right prompts is outperforming a 35-year-old with a master's degree who still sends faxes unironically. That's not an insult. That's a news report. And the broadcast already aired, and got clipped, and went viral. And the 19-year-old monetized the clip, while the 35-year-old was still looking for the fax confirmation page. Let me simplify it. Stop trying to compete. Start trying to leverage. Use AI. Multiply yourself. Move faster than people who refuse to adapt. Because right now, there are 2 types of people. People using AI and people explaining why they don't trust it. One group is building. The other group is about to be replaced by the group that is. Choose wisely. And here's the real move. Stop flexing what you learned. Start proving what you can do. Nobody cares about your transcript. They care about your output. You show results, you skip lines. You show proof, you skip permission. That's power. That's leverage. That's the new economy. And look, the real flex right now isn't your GPA. It's your output per hour. It's how fast you solve something real. It's whether you can walk into a room and make something happen that didn't exist before you got there. That is what the market is buying. Not your honors cord, not your study abroad story, not the internship that paid you in experience. You know what will pay you in experience means? It means they knew the experience wasn't worth cash. They knew. You found out later, with rent due. Results, proof, speed. That's the resume now. And the people who figure that out don't wait for validation. They build something. They show it. They let the work speak louder than the diploma ever could. Because a diploma on the wall is decoration now. You know what else is decoration? A fax machine, a Blockbuster card, a phone book. Put yours in the same exhibit. Label it things that used to matter. Charge people $12 to walk through. At least you monetized it. And here's the uncomfortable truth you need to hear. You're not stuck. You just didn't update. That's it. Same way your phone updates, your strategy has to update because the system already did. While you were sleeping, while you were celebrating graduation, while you were taking pictures with the cap and gown, the market was already in the next chapter. Didn't wait for the ceremony to finish, didn't care about your speech, didn't clap, just moved. So here's the question. If everything reset today, would your degree still carry you? Or would you need skills that actually produce something real? Be honest, because the market already answered. And it didn't pick credentials, it picked capability. The degree was the plan. The plan expired. And the people who adapt right now don't look lucky later. They look obvious, while everybody else is still explaining why they should matter to a system that already replaced the question. The door is gone, the room is gone, but the game is still on. No key required, no permission needed, no guidance counselor sending you in the wrong direction. Just you, a clear head, the right tools, and the decision to stop competing with the machine and start being the person who runs it. That's the move. That's the only move left. Make it.